Welcome, dreamer, to Evernight, where the world slows enough for rest to find you. Tonight, the night carries no urgency. There is nothing waiting to be finished, nothing asking for your attention. Outside, snow falls softly, not in haste, but with patience, as if the sky itself has learned how to let go. Each flake drifts downward, settling where it lands, asking nothing more of the ground than stillness. The streets below are quiet now, their sharp edges softened by the hush of winter. Inside, the light is low and steady. A lamp glows gently in the corner of the room, warm against the cool glass of the window. The air holds the faint scent of evening, calm and familiar, like a room that knows you well. This is the kind of night that does not demand reflection, yet allows it if it comes. The kind of night where time loosens its grip, where hours stretch without weight. You do not need to look back, and you do not need to look ahead. For now, it is enough to be here, enough to notice the quiet settling around you, like a blanket drawn slowly into place. Enough to feel the steady rhythm of your breath, unhurried, unobserved. Tonight, the year rests, and you are allowed to rest with it. The world begins to slow in ways that are almost unnoticeable at first. Sounds soften, as if distance has learned to stretch itself. What once felt sharp now feels rounded, gentler at the edges. Outside, the snow continues its quiet work. It settles on rooftops and window ledges, on empty benches and silent streets. Each layer quiets the world a little more, absorbing footsteps, softening echoes, calming the air. The city does not sleep all at once. It exhales gradually, one window going dark, then another. A distant train passes without urgency. A clock marks the hour, not to hurry you, but simply to acknowledge time moving on. Inside, the room holds its warmth. The walls feel closer, not confining, but protective. Light rests where it has been placed, steady and patient. Nothing flickers or demands attention. This is the hour when expectations loosen. Messages stop arriving. Plans fall quiet. The noise of the day withdraws, leaving behind only what is necessary. You may notice your breathing now, not because it was absent before, but because the world has finally grown quiet enough to hear it. Each breath arrives without effort. Each breath leaves without resistance. The body understands this hour well. Shoulders release their hold. Hands soften their grip. Thoughts once crowded together begin to drift apart, giving each other space. Outside, streets empty not from loneliness, but from rest. Doors close gently, not to keep anything out, but to let warmth stay in. Lights glow behind curtains, small and steady, like quiet signals of safety. There is no story unfolding that you must follow, no decision waiting to be made, no future moment pulling you forward. This is a pause the world offers freely. Snow gathers in places that were overlooked during the day, along the edges of steps, at the base of trees, on the shoulders of parked cars. It settles without judgment, covering everything equally. In this slowed world, comparison fades. The need to measure yourself against anything else softens and slips away. There is only the gentle awareness of being here, in this moment, with nothing missing. Time moves differently now. Minutes feel wider, less crowded. They pass not in a line, but in a gentle curve, allowing you to rest inside them. If thoughts arise, let them. They can move slowly, like snow drifting across an open field. They do not need to be followed or corrected. They will settle when they are ready. The world outside continues to slow, and the world within follows its lead. What once felt heavy begins to feel set down, if only for the night. The body remembers how to be still without effort. This is the hour when nothing is required of you. Not reflection, not intention, not improvement, just rest. And as the snow continues to fall, quietly, patiently, the world holds you in this slowing, asking nothing more than that you allow it to happen. There are things we carry without noticing their weight. They travel with us through the days, tucked into small corners of thought, resting quietly until the world grows still enough to feel them. In the busyness of ordinary time, these things remain unnamed. They move beneath schedules and conversations, beneath obligations and noise. They wait patiently, neither demanding attention nor disappearing. Tonight, as the world slows, some of these quiet burdens may rise into awareness, not to trouble you, but simply to be acknowledged. They may be moments of tiredness you never had time to rest. They may be hopes that did not arrive as expected. They may be small joys that passed too gently to hold on to. You are not required to sort them. You are not asked to judge what they mean. It is enough to notice that they are there and that they have been carried with care, even when unnoticed. The end of a year often brings the illusion that something must be concluded, that every experience needs a meaning, every effort a result. But some things are not meant to be resolved. They are meant to be held briefly, then set down. As you sit with the quiet, you may sense which weights are ready to rest. They loosen not because you force them to, but because stillness makes space. In this space, effort softens, and acceptance becomes easier than resistance. What you carry does not define you. It simply tells the story of having lived. And tonight, you are allowed to place that story gently beside you, rather than on your shoulders. The snow continues to fall outside, indifferent to past or future. It covers what has been without asking what will come next. In its quiet patience, it offers permission to do the same. The snow continues to fall, steady and unhurried, as if the night has chosen patience as its only task. Each flake drifts downward, without concern for where it lands, trusting the ground to receive it. The world no longer feels like something that must be managed, only something that is quietly unfolding. Inside, the room remains still. The light does not change. The air holds its gentle warmth, neither rising nor fading. This constancy invites something rare, a sense that nothing needs to move forward just yet. The year has been long in ways that are difficult to measure. Not every stretch of it was heavy, and not every moment was bright. Much of it passed in between, in ordinary hours that asked for effort without offering pause. Those hours are finished now, at least for tonight. Let the year rest, not by examining it, not by summarizing it, but by allowing it to settle as it is. Like a coat placed carefully on a chair, it does not need to be folded or judged before it can be set down. There were days filled with motion, days when the world asked you to move faster than felt natural, days when attention was divided and breath was shallow. Those days have reached their end. There were also days that moved slowly, days of waiting, days of uncertainty, days when progress was difficult to see. They too belong to the year, and they too may rest. The mind often believes it must hold everything at once, every plan, every memory, every unfinished thought. But the night offers a different instruction. It suggests that holding can become placing, and effort can become release. If you listen closely, you may notice the sound of your own breathing aligning with the quiet outside. Each breath arrives and leaves without instruction. The body knows how to continue, even when the mind steps aside. Trust this knowledge. Snow gathers gently on the edges of the world, along rooftops and railings, on tree branches and empty paths. It smooths what was uneven, not by force, but by presence. In the same way, this night smooths the year, not erasing its shape, but softening its sharpness. What felt jagged becomes rounded. What felt unfinished becomes less urgent. There is no need to decide what the year meant. Meaning does not ask to be captured in one night. It reveals itself slowly, often when we are no longer looking for it. Let the memories come if they wish. They may arrive without context, without explanation. A sound, a face, a brief feeling of warmth or fatigue. You do not need to hold them tightly. They can pass like snow across a window. There is also no need to imagine what comes next. The future will arrive in its own time. Tonight does not belong to preparation. It belongs to rest. The room seems to understand this. It does not shift or demand attention. The light remains low and even. Shadows stay where they are, content with their shape. Outside, the world continues its quiet pause. Roads lie empty. Windows glow faintly, then go dark. The city breathes as one large, resting body. If you have been carrying expectations for yourself, you may set them down here. They do not need to be resolved tonight. If you have been carrying disappointment, it may rest as well. It does not need to be explained in order to be released. The end of a year often feels like a threshold, but thresholds do not require us to stand alert forever. They allow us to pause, to feel the ground beneath our feet before stepping anywhere else. You are standing in such a place now, not between failure and success, not between loss and gain, but between motion and stillness. This stillness is not empty. It is full of quiet permission. Permission to stop reviewing. Permission to stop becoming, if only for the night. Snow continues to fall. The sky does not hurry it. The ground does not resist it. Everything participates in this simple act of letting be. As the night deepens, the year loosens its hold, not disappearing, but settling into a shape that no longer presses. What mattered remains part of you. What no longer needs your attention begins to drift away. There is relief in this. Not the relief of resolution, but the relief of space. Space where the body can soften. Space where the mind can quiet. You may notice now that your thoughts are slower. They move with less urgency. They no longer crowd one another. They take turns, or fade before they fully form. This is not something you need to achieve. It is simply something that happens when pressure lifts. The night does the work for you. Let the year rest beside you, not behind you, not ahead of you. Just here, quiet and complete enough. The snow does not ask what tomorrow will bring. It falls because falling is what it does. In its gentle persistence, it reminds the world that not everything must be decided. And so, for this night, you may rest as well. The year can wait. The world can wait. Nothing is being lost by this pause. In the quiet, you are held. In the stillness, you are allowed to remain exactly as you are. The night settles more deeply now, as if it has found its most comfortable shape. Snow continues to fall beyond the window, but more quietly than before, its movement barely noticeable. The world feels smaller in the best possible way, reduced to what is close and gentle. Inside, the room remains unchanged. The light stays low. The air stays warm. Nothing intrudes upon this moment, and nothing asks to be carried forward. Your breathing finds its own rhythm, slow and unremarkable, steady without effort. Each breath arrives as it should. Each breath leaves without needing to be followed. Thoughts, if they appear, move like shadows across a wall. They do not linger. They do not demand interpretation. They pass, and the space they leave behind feels calm and open. The night does not expect anything from you. It does not ask you to understand, or decide, or prepare. It simply holds you where you are, allowing the weight of the day and the year to soften and release. Outside, the snow gathers and rests. Inside, the body does the same. There is a quiet harmony in this, a sense that nothing is out of place. If sleep has found you, let it stay. If it has not yet arrived, remain here a little longer, held by the stillness. The light will fade when it is ready. The night will keep watch. Until the next time we meet, rest here, gently and without hurry. The night holds you